Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. I'm actually really excited to be filming today. I haven't filmed a book haul in so long. One of my goals for 2024 was to be more intentional with my book buying. It definitely wasn't like a book ban that I was putting myself on. I just wasn't buying all of the extra stuff, you know? Number one reason for that is because I have no space. None. Zilch. Books are piling in the closet. Also, I was buying books every single time I went to the store. I was subscribing to every book box. It was, my bank account was not happy. I will let you know that. We're just more intentional with the book buying. But I do have a nice stack to show you guys. I also have some random like household items that I'm going to show you at the end just because I'm like really excited about them. All right, let's go ahead and hop in. I think we're going to start with the special editions. A lot of these were gifts from my bookish friends. I love you guys so much. It just makes me so happy. I just want to say really quick, super sappy, just a quick little sappy moment. You guys know I like to get real emotional here. I love you guys. I really do. I have felt such love from like the bookish community recently. I don't know what it is. You guys know that in the beginning of the year I was going through a little bit of a rough time. I just want to say like I cherish and appreciate and remember all of the messages you guys send me. You guys have no idea how much this space means to me, and I'll cry. Guys, I'm not gonna cry because I cry in literally every fucking video. But I just wanted to take a second to say I love you guys. I'm testing out different filming situations. My best friend recently got me a new lens, so like let me know what you guys think. Okay, I'm not tech savvy in the slightest, so cameras, filming, not really my specialty, so I had to like ask her what the settings were supposed to be at and stuff. So I hope I did it right. The first book is this gorgeous edition of A Diary of Blood. This is so stunning. I don't even know who did this edition. Was it Bookish Box? I think it was Bookish Box. This was a gift from my lovely friend Lacey. I recently saw Lacey. We had a little bit of a spa day. It was so much fun, and she got me this stunning edition. She knows how much I wanted it. It has these beautiful sprayed edges. Absolutely love. This is beyond a 5-star book for me. It is, guys, it's so pretty. Love the embossing. I love the inside. As always, I will do close-ups. I always try to do like close-ups when I do hauls. I read this book last year, and like I said, it's a beyond 5-star book for me. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Follows our main character, Lady Constanza, who is essentially the first consort of Dracula. He's never named in the book, but that's what it alludes to. Follows her life as she's being Dracula's consort as she turns into a vampire herself. A little romantic, a little tragic, a little dark, bloody, gory. It is such a beautifully written book. I cannot even explain to you. The writing is stunning. This next one is not a special edition, but it's kind of related because it is the second installment in the Diary of Blood series, and that is An Education of Malice by S.T. Gibson. This is a dark academia, sapphic romance, and a Carmilla retelling. I do have a whole reading vlog where I read this book. I'm not going to review every single book that I haul, but the first couple I did read. I ended up giving this 3 stars. It's not a bad book, but in comparison to A Diary of Blood, it just didn't hit in the same way. The writing style is very different. I don't really think this is a like true Carmilla retelling. There was just some other dark academia books that I was reading at the time that I liked better. So it's not bad, but it's not my favorite. I'm still happy to have it in the collection, and I think it's like a gorgeous book. Next 2 books were also gifts from Lacey Book Lovers. I'll leave her channel down below. So the first one is Real by Kennedy Ryan. It's still in the plastic just because I wanted to keep it nice. This was a special edition that Dark and Quirky did with a bunch of booktubers. Wasn't able to get that book box at the time. You guys know how it is. There's so many book boxes. Your girl can't afford them all. I really wanted this edition, so Lacey found it, and I am over the moon excited about it. I love Real. It's been a while since I read it, so I feel like I need to reread it. But yeah, this is a stunning cover. The next special edition she got me is Charming Your Dad by Sarah Blue. This is a taboo ex-boyfriend's romance. Sarah Blue is one of those auto-buy authors for me where I've literally read her entire backlist, and I enjoy all of her books, so I'm so excited to have this edition. And I think this edition was done by the last chapter. Next 2 are actually fan fiction. These beautiful bindings were done by my friend Mel over at Mel Binds Fix. I'll leave her Instagram down below. We did a bunch of fan fiction together, so we are going to be buddy reading this one right here. So it is the same fan fiction, it's just 2 books because it's a thick girl. This one is Chasing the Sun, so we have part 1 and part 2. You can find it on AO3. You can also find like the audiobook version on Spotify. So again, this one is called Chasing the Sun, and this is a Snape and Hermione fanfiction. I've never read a Snape and Hermione fanfiction. I am fascinated. That is never ever a pairing I would put together. Ever. I've only read like Hermione, Draco, and Hermione. I've read a little bit of Drarry, Draco and Harry. Never Snape and Hermione. So I'm fascinated to see how this works out. The cover is absolutely stunning. Mel is is so freaking talented. Her logo, absolutely amazing. The formatting. Love how she does ethical fan fiction binding, keeping fan fiction free. Always giving credit to the art that she uses. She is just so talented and wonderful. It's a hefty fan fiction that I'm going to get through, so let me know if you want a reading vlog on this. Next one, guys, I'm excited about. I was literally on Mercari. I was on eBay. People were selling it for like insane amounts, and I was considering buying it. I was considering dropping some coin, and then one day it shows up in the mail. My friend Jessica from Pizza Books knew I was looking for this edition of Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark, and she just sent it to me. This is the type of stuff that literally makes me cry on a random Tuesday, okay? Next up, I have 2 copies of The Bride by Ali Hazelwood. It's a romance between a werewolf shifter and a vampire. A lot of people are saying that it's a Omegaverse. It's not a Omegaverse, but that is besides the point. I'm rambling. It is a paranormal romance that Ali Hazelwood came out with. This one is just like the regular paperback, but it's the Barnes & Noble edition, so it has like a short story in the beginning. And then this one I ended up getting from Afterlight. It has these stunning sprayed edges that I think go with the book so well. So it has some art on the end pages, and then even the book itself, stunning. The hardcover is so gorgeous. I think Afterlight does some of the prettiest editions, and I'm tempted to buy a couple other editions that I was eyeing. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this one. Next special edition, I don't know if I hauled because I actually purchased this ages ago and it took forever to ship. So if you've seen it before, pretend you didn't. I don't know what to tell you. This is a special edition of Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin, which is a pirate historic romance. One of my favorite pirate historical romances. The art is absolutely stunning. In the front we had our heroine, and then we have our heroes on the back. Again, gorgeous sprayed edges. That's gonna get me literally every single time. Absolutely stunning. It's so funny because I also made my coworker read this, and I'm not gonna do any spoilers. When she got to that part, if you read it, you know which part I'm talking about. She was like texting me, she was like, oh my god, and I was like, yeah. This is a really good one. I'm happy to have it on my shelf. Next up, I got this stunning edition of Fourth Wing from Bookish Box. There's a lot of editions of Fourth Wing. I didn't love all of them, but I did really like this one. I like the kind of like metal detail like on the edges of the book. It has these stunning sprayed edges. Fourth Wing is a really popular fantasy dragon romance. I really did love the first book. I have a whole reading vlog. Me and my dad read it, and I enjoyed it. However, I was a little bit disappointed in Iron Flame, which is the second book. I did a reading vlog for that too. I don't imagine myself continuing in this series. I just don't, but I did love Fourth Wing and the moment it had, so I'm happy to have this in my collection. This bind up by Shauna McGuire. This is called Be Sure, and it is books 1 through 3 of her Wayward Children series. It's a fantastical series about children who discover doors that lead to other worlds. A lot of the books have portal fantasy in them, but it's also very adventurous. I love this series so much. There's about 8 or 9 books in it, and I enjoyed every single one. Longer than your average novella. They're not really that long, so I do love that they did a bind up. So those are all my pretty special editions, but I do have a few more books to show you. The first one is Carmilla. This is an illustrated version. This is an absolute classic. A lot of people say like this is what Dracula was inspired by. It is a sapphic vampire book. It does have the illustrations, and it also has like different annotations and notes by the editor of the book, which I felt like was really helpful, especially when you're reading a classic. Sometimes like the language and the history sometimes just goes over my head, but I freaking love this one. I read this one because I was reading a bunch of sapphic romances, and it ended up being like my favorite thing I read that month. 5 stars, absolutely loved it, and it's a classic. Okay, cool, awesome. And now I literally want to collect every single copy of Carmilla that I can find. Because if you didn't know, I collect a bunch of Dracula books. Anytime I see like a different edition of Dracula, I buy it. I do. I want to collect different editions of Carmilla. Anyways, besides the point, doesn't really fit with my being more intentional with my book buying, but yeah, I really enjoyed this one. These next 3 books are so freaking exciting. They're all by Marina Vivancos. I've talked about this endlessly, but I will mention it in every single video because I feel like she is so underrated. I love her writing. I've read her entire backlist. I've given almost every single one of her books 5 stars. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Cannot rave about her enough. For the longest time, her books were only available on ebook. You could only find the ebooks, no physical paperbacks, which was devastating. But now she is releasing some of her more popular books in paperback, and I could not be more excited. That means that all of you guys really need to read Marina Vivancos. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I've been raving about her forever and ever and ever. If you haven't gotten the hint by now, she's amazing. So the first 2 that she released are male shifter romances that are so deeply emotional. Make sure to read the trigger warnings. The first one is called In This Iron Ground, and the other one is All That Has Flown Beyond. I gave both of these 5 stars. Highly recommend it. And the covers are stunning. I'm so excited to have these in my collection. Can technically read these out of order. Really the only thing that connects them is the magic system and the fact that it's shifter romances. But other than that, you can read them as standalones. However, read them both anyways. Okay. First one in this Iron Ground is a friends to lovers romance. It follows our hero Damien, who his parents died at a really young age, and he's being filtered through the foster system. He ends up getting placed in a home that is both emotionally and physically abusive. One day he runs away and tries to seek solace in the forest, and that is where he discovers that werewolves exist. He comes across the Salgado Pack, which is a family of werewolves, and they immediately take him in. This has a huge found family trope. He has a connection with literally everyone, and it's so beautiful to like see his healing process in this book, but he has a really special connection with the eldest brother, Hakan. It is a friends to lovers romance. It spans many years, and it is just so stunning. The second book is All That Has Flown Beyond, and this is an angsty second chance romance. Characters in this book are in love when they're really young, like they're in high school. There's a lot of betrayal that happens that separates them. Many years later, they're brought together because there is something wrong in the land where their pack lives. They're both trying to figure out what it is to save their pack. It is so angsty, so emotional. Oh, just thinking about it makes me want to cry. I love it. I'm actually rereading both of these right now because I have the physical paperback, and I'm just like annotating them and having so much fun. The next release that she did is Rat Park. It's a friends to lovers age gap kind of taboo romance. Follows our hero Dominic and his journey of healing as he is recovering from substance abuse. When he was younger, his mom was addicted to drugs, and he was exposed to all of that at a really young age. He ends up getting in a really dark place in his life. In this book, he meets a cop who is kind of spearheading this rehabilitation program that's trying to help people and give them the resources. She ends up helping him. It's huge found family vibes. Oh no, my light came off. My mini ring light died, so I had to let it charge. I went and ate a bowl of ice cream, and now I'm back, and I don't remember where I left off. I know I was talking about Rat Park. Found family trope. He ends up going into like this program. He finds this family that is really helping him. He ends up having a relationship with the son in that family. It is an age gap and slightly taboo, but their romance just happens like at the perfect timing, and their story is so absolutely beautiful. I think the reason I love Marina Vivancos so much is because it's not just the romance that I love. I love the character development. I love the mental health rep. It is just done and written in such a beautiful way that I don't really see done in other books. So yeah, highly recommend literally any book by her, and now I'm so excited that they're in paperback. Next one was a gift from my friend Alexa from Alexa Loves Books. This is The Rest of the Story by Tao Bauer. I was just having a really bad week, and I posted a reading vlog explaining how my week was going and kind of how I was struggling, and she sent this to me just to cheer me up, and it absolutely did. So thank you, Alexa. This is a male hockey romance. This is another one that is like super emotional. I guess it's kind of like the vibe I'm in. I'm really loving the books that are like deeply emotional and sweepingly romantic. Like I keep repeating those things over and over again because that is what I love in books. Love the angst, love the emotion, love the mental health rep. Tao Bauer, his books are fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I've loved every single one that I've read by him, so highly recommend this one. I have a reading vlog on it that I'll leave down below. And then I ended up buying You and Me, which is my favorite book from him. This one follows a single dad. It's a male-male romance. Here on this book, his wife recently passed away, and he is really struggling with his relationship with his son. His son is a teenager. They're slowly drifting apart. Ends up volunteering for his son's football team just to spend some time with him, find some like common ground. That is where he meets our other hero, Landon, who is like the president of the PTA club. Both of their sons are best friends, and they both play football together, so they spend a lot of time together. It's a friends to lovers romance, has a little bit of a bi awakening, and I love this romance between like the two single dads. It's just done so well, and it's also very emotional. So I loved this one. I had to have it in my collection. And then the last book I recently got was Trust of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. This is a fantasy romance. Brandon Sanderson literally writes so many books, it's insane, but this is one of his newer releases, and everyone was raving about it. Everyone was loving it, and I've been more into fantasy recently, so I picked it up. I heard that this was like a Princess Bride retelling, which I've never seen or read Princess Bride, but a lot of people let me know that it's like very loosely based on Princess Bride. It's more like a what if this would have happened situation, different point of view, if you will. So I heard that I don't have to read or watch Princess Bride. So yeah, hopefully I get to this one soon and it becomes like my first Brandy Sandy book. Those are all the books that I got recently. Some special editions, some gifts from friends. I'm really happy to have all of them in my collection. I kind of wanted to share some like home items that I got recently. You guys know I'm obsessed with everything strawberries. I mean, we talked about Brutal Prince in this video, and I feel like it is strawberry season. Well, actually, strawberries are quite literally in season, but it's because it's spring and summer, so the stores are doing like strawberry print stuff, and I'm just living my best strawberry fantasy life. The other day I went to Marshall's with my coworkers and I picked up a bunch of stuff. I got these slippers. They're so freaking cute and so comfortable. I also got this adorable strawberry mug, and like the actual plate is strawberry shaped as well. for my morning coffee. Stunning. And then I got this cute little strawberry pillow. This is so cute on my bed. I love it. So yeah, I'm just loving all of the strawberry stuff in the store. Although I cannot find the strawberry stool from Home Goods or TJ Maxx or wherever the fuck they sell that. I want this strawberry stool so bad. It's like a side table shaped as a strawberry. They have like orange, lime, dragon fruit, donuts, Oreos. I don't care about all that stuff. I want the strawberry and I cannot find it because it's been popular on TikTok for like a couple years now. I call my store every day. They're absolutely sick of me. Anyways, you guys don't care about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you stayed this long, how about you give me some strawberries in the comments? Drop some strawberries in the comments if you stayed this long and you enjoyed the video. As always, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!